All right, we're live from 304 Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas. This is an STSPod.club production. Welcome to the 8th episode of Hit Me With Your First Shot. I'm the longtime producer of The Record Store. Each episode of this podcast will feature a guest that will bring me their first album they ever bought. We'll review it, talk about it, and have some fun. Today's guest is bringing us back to the first album they ever bought, and trust me, it's a good one. And this is a special edition of Hit Me With Your First Shot. Welcome, Stacy. Stacy, how the hell are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, and I'm going to have a hard problem doing this. As y'all can tell, she's back there. Hey. She's back there behind me, but since this show makes me read notes and I need to know what's going on here, I'm going to be facing the camera like I always do, but she is actually sitting to the left of me. So this is Hit Me With Your First Shot in the studio with BT. How's that?
There we go.
So Stacy, tell everybody what you brought to the table for us.
I brought, I don't even know the title of it. It's the WWE soundtrack from 1997, Volume 2.
Yeah, it's actually WWF, the music, Volume 2. It was the second time. I got some really quick facts. Second time they ever put out a theme album. It's the theme songs of the wrestlers of the roster during that time. 45 minutes long. It actually was a pretty big success for a wrestling album. It sold over 500,000 copies. Gold certified, 16 weeks in the Billboard, which is a big deal, I think. The best one after that, though, was Volume 4, was during the Attitude Era. It sold a lot more. This was released on November the 18th, 1997. So my question is, what age or what were you doing in November of 1997?
Oh, it's so embarrassing. Okay, so I was probably... I was 10 or 11. Very big wrestling fan, but I played house a lot. I played pretend with my best friend down the road. And so what we were doing, we were listening to this music, sitting in her mom's car in the driveway, pretending to be going on the road to watch our husbands wrestle. And my husband was stone cold.
Oh, okay. So you was married.
I was married.
You was married at 11 or 12 years old.
It was my first marriage.
To Stone Cold. This is really the first time we've been able to bring a wrestling. Even though I try to do just a music podcast, we have wrestling and music. I'm glad you were married to Stone Cold. He might not know that, but and that might have been against the law at the time.
So I also had a poster of Stone Cold in my bedroom, and
oh god,
I had to lower it to my height so I could stand next to him. Been a weirdo from the get-go.
There you go. I was 31 years old. I just celebrated my 31st birthday in 1997, and I was married, and I don't know how many children.
We were both in our first marriage.
We was both in our first marriage. Do you remember where did your mom buy it or where y'all bought it at?
I bought it at Walmart. Yeah, and you know, and I grew up in the time of when singles were a big deal. You could buy a single CD, you know, at that time too. But I remember it was a cassette tape, and man, I saved my allowance at the time. I would get $5 a week for allowance, and so I had to save for 2 weeks to be able to afford something of high quality such as this.
Well, you know, cassettes were what, $10. Then when they went to CDs, it was the same thing, but then they charged like $20 at the time.
It was like $14, $15.
Oh, really? Wow.
A full CD.
I always ask people how much it cost, where they bought it, what was going on in your life at the time, but you told us that
I was just newly married.
You're just newly married, hanging out in the car in the front yard. So hey, did you think you were cool for buying this album?
I did, because wrestling was life as a at that age. I was in middle school, and like that was the cool thing. But it was WCW. There was the WCW WWF wars going on, and it like at our school, it was mostly WCW. It was cool to like WCW. It was
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Yeah, it was cool to like Sting. It was cool to like whatever. So that was an interesting time growing up, and like I remember in the sixth grade too. No, yeah, in the sixth grade that I remember we would have like just me and a group of boys having discussions about WrestleMania and like what WrestleMania was this, and like I knew everything because like I just absorbed it all in a very weird girly way of let me turn this into now.
Right. It's one of those things. I talk about it because, me being much older than you, but Memphis wrestling was the big deal for us growing up watching it. And when it came to the playground, came talking, Monday morning was all about wrestling, what happened on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And, if we were playing, we didn't play Cowboys and Indians. We played, I'm Jerry Lawler, you're Bill Dundee. You can,
Mm-hmm.
and then we would make fun of them for, people that we didn't like. They were rough and ready, so they were they were these jobbers. And then but yeah, you being a lot younger than me, this was what you would consider your wrestling growing up on your wrestling being WCW and W. All right, let's get started. On side A, you got a cassette, so that's the way you bought it. It did come out on an album, vinyl. It came out on everything. The first song is Dark Side, which was The Undertaker. They actually wrote Mark Calloway also. I don't know if that was on the album, but it looked like some notes someone had made about the album. They had wanted to make sure they knew his name, which is, the theme it's just a few lines and a rainy story kind of thing. It's really wasn't a big deal to me. I guess it would have been if I was watching the show with him coming out.
Mm-hmm.
What was your thoughts on that song?
It was I don't know, like anytime the Undertaker's music ever comes on, it still gives me like goosebumps. It's that, and I didn't get to experience it until adulthood when the lights went out in the arena and like you just got cold and the Undertaker's music comes out, or comes on, and it's so powerful still. But I was like, I remember the first time seeing him come out and being scared of this, this huge man that and he had Paul Bearer with him, and Paul Bearer scared the crap out of me. It was still such a and it is still such a powerful entrance song, I think.
I don't know if I ever bought a wrestling theme album. I don't know. I'm going to go back and think all that. My brain is dead anyway. But the next song on the album was Hell Frozen Over, Steve Austin. We got the glass breaking and everything. But there's a line. It says, "You're completely pathetic." At the very beginning of the song. I don't remember that. Do you remember asking?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. You didn't remember that either. I didn't remember it ever being on television. I thought maybe since he was your husband that you might have some.
That might have been in when he was angry with me and I just blocked that
Oh,
out.
that's probably it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold, one of my favorites. Attitude Era. This song is one of those things that I've always thought about if I was going to work. When I entered work, if someone would just play that, I might get in a better mood. I don't have a job now, but still, that would be a good thing.
Maybe that's what you should do now. It'll get you feeling better.
There you go. That's what I'll do every time I come back here. Start working on a podcast at 4:30 in the morning. I'll put that on and wake up Misty. The wife. The next song was Ahmed Johnson's song, Pearl River Rip. Just plain music.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything for me.
Yeah. I don't even know. I couldn't even place it, honestly.
Next was for Sable and Mark Merrow. Sable was getting over big time at one point here. Mark Merrow, Wildcat's the name of it. And I put that it sounded like a sick cat.
It really did.
It
really did.
I was what the hell is this?
She was a big deal. She made wrestling for women so glamorous. Because before her, like
Well, we're gonna mention Sonny was before her, but yeah. Sonny and her was a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, she was a huge deal, but like very iconic moment in wrestling history.
But that song never stuck with me. I don't even remember. I remember maybe the very first thing, when she came out, or if they decided to use that rare or whatever they were doing there. That rare. Next was a Bret Hart song that they didn't use a lot. It was when he first came in, it was a serious tone. I actually never remember this song. It's called You Start the Fire, but I like it. This song went right with the period up until they started using the other theme, and I liked it, but it wasn't something I'd be playing over and over, but I liked it. Right. Next was Mastodon. That was Vader's. And the only thing that I like about it says, "What time? It's Vader time." And other than that, I guess that's the feeling you're going to get listening to the theme song.
Really,
you just,
it is. That's it.
The last song on the first side before you flip over the cassette or the album is Mick Foley's Mankind theme, Ode to Freud. Ode to Freud. And it's kind of creepy.
So I remember one of the pretend scenes as we were driving.
As you were pretend driving.
So me and my best friend at the time. Oh, it's so embarrassing. So her mom would let us have the keys to the car. We could turn it on, but not start the engine. And so we would listen to this song, and we would also have like our pretend cigarettes, because that made us grown-ups.
Well, sure. Yeah, it made you cool too.
And
cigarettes.
It did make us very cool. And our homemade sweet tea in our Disney princess glasses that you got from Burger King. So that, and then we also had red lipstick, because red lipstick meant you were grown up too.
Oh, okay.
And so we would be listening to, and this song would come on, and we would, they're after us. And so like we were suddenly trying, and I was usually passenger princess because it was her mom's car. She was younger than me. And so you would think that I would get to drive every once in a while, but it's fine. So I was passenger princess, and I was the one, staking out like, oh my God, they're behind us. It's behind us. He's behind us. It was scary. It was a very scary time, but that theme song was creepy.
It's real creepy. I wish we could play music, but they just strike us. They won't let us, especially on Facebook. If we're streaming, we play something, it would just completely go off right now. But there's that creepiness at the very beginning. And then all of a sudden it starts playing piano, and I'm just like, it's just the weirdest. I get it, because you're waiting for that person to walk down the aisle, and it took him a while as Mankind to get to the ring. So I can understand why you would think someone was chasing you. Maybe I think that. So, hey guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back from the commercial break, it's always time after the commercial is halftime. So here we go.
Saturday, April 11th, Memphis Wrestling is headed to Little Rock for Arkansas Travelers Wrestling Night at Dickey Stevens Park. Sunday, April 19th, Eugene returns to Memphis Wrestling. Sunday, May 3rd, WWE Hall of Famer Boogie Woogie Mane Jimmy Valiant returns to Memphis Wrestling. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
Wrestling fans, are you ready? Every Friday night in Osceola, Arkansas, MCW, the legacy continues. Live, hard-hitting, family-friendly wrestling action every Friday night at the MCW Arena, located at 1098 West Kaiser. Doors open at 6:30, and the action starts at 8 p.m. sharp. Don't miss your chance to see the stars of MCW battle out in the ring, rivals, drama, and slam-packed action. here's what I want you to do. If you have any questions, I want you to search Facebook for Osceola's Mid-Southern Championship Wrestling. All ticket information, how to get your ticket, what time the show starts, everything right there on Facebook. All tickets are on sale right now. Be there! So thanks to our sponsor, we do appreciate it. And it's time for halftime. I don't have the theme loaded up, so I got new software. So I'll say halftime. There we go. What we do at halftime on these albums is just go over some facts, and then if there's something here, Stacy, that you want to talk about, just holler at me. Stone Cold, believe it or not, almost didn't do this music. It was a whole different sound that he had picked out. And then he wanted something. He told him something inspired by Rage Against the Machine with the glass breaking. And then they came up with this one. The guy that did this did every song. His name was Jim Johnson. Shawn Michaels' song, which is on the second song, we'll talk about it. Sexy Boy. It is actually used by Shawn Michaels, actually sung by Jim Johnson. I always thought that was Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I mean, I did too.
There's a version with Sherry Martel on it, which I remember that one, but I always thought that was Shawn Michaels. The Rocks theme, which is coming up, it said it's basically forgotten. It's horrible. It's just music. It sounds like something from a video game. Mick Foley had 3 themes, which that doesn't surprise me. Mankind, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack. And we're going to listen to another one of those. When Jim Johnson sat down to write the themes, he would have the whole list of stuff like their gimmick, their personality, and all that, and try to actually go through with that.
All before AI.
Yes. Oh, way before AI. Jim Johnson wrote a lot of stuff. The Nation of Domination theme actually changed several times, and this Ron Simmons that's on this album was the early version of it. Ahmed Johnson's known for getting a huge push at the time this album was released. He's known as a horrible wrestler to the wrestlers, not the fans. The people hated working with him. He was so stiff. Sunny was I don't know if you remember this, but she was the most downloaded personality on early internet. Like, we would download the picture of Sunny, and it would start at the beginning of the computer, and just go. Like 3 hours later, we got a semi-nude photo of Sunny. So that's one of the biggest reasons why she got a song on the album was that that was the big thing. The internet was just brand new, and she was it. And we're talking about celebrities of all kinds. She was number one. It actually came out just before the big Bret Hart Survivor Series Montreal Screwjob. And the last note that I looked up, it said, which I didn't think it was, but it said these albums were popular. That didn't surprise me, because when you're a wrestling fan, you want to absorb everything you can wrestling wise. So that really didn't surprise me that they were popular. So anything on that? Good to go. All right, guys, that was halftime. All right, we're on side 2 or side B, flipping over the cassette or the album. If we had a CD, we just listened all the way through, but I like to do sides. This song was okay for me when he was coming out as Dude Love, but the song Dude Love is god awful. I actually hate this. Oh, it just says "Dude Love," yeah. I was like, I can sing that song. It's horrible, but
it's very well. I mean, it fits for disco time. Like it's very
70s is what it was trying to do. Yeah, throwback to the Dude Love 70s with the tie dye and all that mess. The Nation of Domination song is next, and it pretty much is what I wrote here. We are the nation. That's all it is. You're like, okay, we get it. You're the Nation of Domination.
But now it gives that. Who's that big dude that walks stupid to the ring? That's what it gives.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Oh, heavy. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I guess it does. Kind of, yeah. Are you only saying that because he's black? Look. Destiny by Dwayne Johnson, Rocky Maivia. So generic. Sounds like it's from a video game or something. Not something I would play over and over. This song brought back some memories. Snap by Sid. It was Sid Vicious's song. Sid actually whispers, and they do the psycho stabbing. Creepy talking at the end about a power bomb.
I bet we were being chased in that song.
Were you? That's what I was going to say. Did Sid chase you also?
Probably. I mean, it was a dangerous time.
Yeah,
Dangerous time with mankind and with
Psycho Sid. Yeah. So I didn't ask you this ahead of time, and you can just kayfabe and gloss it over. But do you want to tell your Sid story for the first time we met? I can tell it, but if you're okay with me telling it.
Go ahead and tell it.
Okay, so Stacy and I had known each other for a while. I don't know. We had met just briefly at a Rector show. And then we talked on the phone, and she was part of the website. She'd go to the website every day. What the hell are you talking about? She'd call me and say, what is this bullshit? But we met at Jonesboro, and Sid and Razor Ramon was there. With Poker Face, and Stacy was trying to get me to go backstage and give Sid her phone number. And I said, I am not. I'd only met Sid one time, and he was not. I told the story before, but he wasn't happy with me the one time I met him. Yeah. So I wasn't going to go back there and say, hey, I had a notebook I took to all the matches. I wrote down the results. And then I came back and I would type them up for the website. And she told me that if I didn't go back there and do that she was going to grab that notebook and she was going to rip it in half.
You took the notebook with you.
I did. I got up to go backstage and I took the notebook with me. And remember that we had talked on the phone, and we're both super goofy. We would never want anyone to read our messenger messages because they would think that they would put us in at least a 72 hour. And then but me, I'm backstage. I'm walking backstage. I'm thinking to myself, what have I got myself into? This girl is completely crazy. She's gonna rip my notebook. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that was at the front of our friendship. We've been friends ever since. So
and I never ripped the notebook.
Never ripped the notebook.
I never really had a chance.
No, you didn't. So I kept it away. Another generic song. Ken Shamrock is next with "Dangerous." That was.
But I liked Ken Shamrock's music, and I don't know if I liked his music or if it was because I liked him.
That's possible.
I liked him.
Yeah, that's possible. With it's I guess I like Stone Cold, and I just for some reason that's the music, that gets me fired up. Flash Funk, who was Two Coast Scorpio, had a song called Can't Get Enough when he was Flash Funk in the WWE. Really like this song. It's real funky. It sounds like something it actually sounds like an AI song that you put in and said, okay, make me a funky song. It really does. I like it though. And he had I don't know if you remember, he brought out dancers and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was a fun song. Not something maybe as a kid I might have played. Did y'all play this song and dance?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Well, being in the car,
I mean, yeah. I don't have a whole lot of emotional ties to this song.
All right, that being in the car, I'm a good car dancer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably one of the best dancers in the car ever.
You probably really are.
Yeah. The next song is "I Know You Want Me," Sonny, one of the most popular, iconic ever. So, what was the deal with Sonny? If you was a girl, did you really like her?
She was one of our friends.
Oh, she
And
was
would,
one.
yeah, she would keep an eye on our men for us when we couldn't be there.
Mm.
Yeah, she was real. She was a girl's girl.
But I'm pretty much sure it was the opposite of that.
Probably.
So,
Probably. Well, and my 10, 11-year-old brain did not have the capacity to think.
no,
that she could
not at all.
possibly
No.
be a
Just
bad
go listen to one of
person.
them shoot interviews. You'll find out that's not her personality, but fun song. I liked it. And I really put over the Stone Cold song, but let me tell you this, and we'll go I'll ask this question to you too, but this has got to be one of the final song on the album, on the cassette, Sexy Boy by Shawn Michaels.
Oh.
And it's still, you can hear it now, and it's still one of those things where it's just, you say iconic, it really is. If you hear that song, it's iconic.
It is. It almost makes you a little uncomfortable hearing it. So much, but I love it still.
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly what he was at the time.
Yeah.
It really was. I mean, him running around doing that right now, it might not be the same, but with his little cowboy hat on and his bad knees. But it was one of those songs where, and he always tried to make you feel uncomfortable. He was out there with just underwear on one time, so. Sexy Boy being all right. Some other questions here. What was the first track that you remember that y'all just played over and over?
Oh gosh, I mean, it probably was Sunny's song. Truly.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I would say I would probably play the Stone Cold one more, and it may be Sexy Boy and run around doing my poses and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I always ask people if the album held up, and it holds up because it's just themes. I mean, we can take these themes and put any wrestler to them or whatever. It still kind of holds up. Did it? And this is a question that really goes. This is totally different since it's a theme music and but it says, did it shape your music taste? It's almost like the wrestling shaped your music, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like how there was an emotional attachment to it because you watch these people every week, and I don't know, it was just different. It felt a little different because it was a theme song. It wasn't something to make you feel good down in your heart. It was, you knew what it was.
Right. So we talked about our favorite song. Anything you skip every time?
I mean, probably I'll listen to it for a few seconds and then just
Yeah. Oh, that's the way I would. There's only like 4 or 5 songs I would listen to over and over on this one. Let me see what else we got. Vinyl cassette CD. You bought it on cassette. Can you remember what album you got after this?
Oh, there's no telling. It probably went to like Britney Spears and NSYNC and.
That's fine. That was the music back then. That's kind of what was going on. I love this question, and you get the different answer with every album and with every person. But if this album had a smell, what would it be?
It smells like sweat, stale cigarettes. Maybe some beer. I don't know. Stinky.
All I could think about on this question, just as we were speaking, was walking into one of them stinky dressing rooms where that's at the end of the night where everybody's taking off their gear and it stinks. So that's what I could.
Smells like feet.
Yeah.
Cabbage.
Oh, feet and cabbage. Feet, cabbage, and body spray. There you go. Is this, to me, it's not one of those albums, but is this an album that you'd say, hey, won't you go listen to this now? No, I wouldn't either. And I just wanted, before we hit it to the B-side confessions, and Duchess will tell us what that's all about here in just a second. I do want everyone to know that Stacy is a regular. She set a record. She's been on every 5-minute time limit. So she is part of the characters, the cast of characters in stspod.club. And she may be sitting right back there for this next month's 5-minute time limit and co-hosting it. So it could be fun. Coming up next, let's listen to the Duchess tell us about B-Side Confessions.
Coming up next is the Patreon portion of Hit Me With Your First Shot, B-Side Confessions, the After Dark bonus cut out of the episode. This is where the conversation goes a little deeper, a little wilder, and sometimes a little inappropriate. You've heard the main story. Now it's time for the confessions that didn't make the A-side. So pour a drink, turn the lights down, and get ready, because this track is strictly for the grown-ups.
All right, guys, same bad time, same bad channel, on the best little music podcast in the business. Be there. And as everyone knows, you got to know this by now, I love